So if you are aware of the Express Entry program for Canada immigration, you must be aware of the FSWP candidates. So last time any FSW candidate were drawn from FSW pool, Express Entry pool, was on 23rd of December 2020. No one would have thought that FSWP will not get ITA for 1 year. So this week was 1 year anniversary of FSW draws, which is very unfortunate. But let's understand what is the current situation and what will be the future of FSWP candidate. So watch the video till the end.
And if you are interested in Canada immigration related videos, do subscribe to our channel. Let's proceed with the video. So if you have been following IRCC news and watching our videos, you all know that IRCC had a target to invite 401,000 new permanent residents to Canada. So how did they manage to achieve all this? Let's talk about that.
So last year we realized that FSWP candidates are not getting the ITAs, and as Manpreet mentioned, that consisted of 45% of the total PR. So if FSWP candidates are not getting ITA, how the IRCC will be able to fulfill the target of 401,000 people? They were able to do it because they conducted huge draws for CEC and PNP candidates. So instead of inviting people from outside Canada, they started focusing on people who are already there in Canada because of this pandemic. So those candidates already contributed to the Canadian economy. They were already here, and it was really easy to invite them, send them ITA, and convert them to a permanent residence. So despite not doing any FSWP draws, they were able to fulfill their target of 401,000 people. But what will be the situation in next year 2022? Because they will not be able to continue with this strategy for consecutive 2 years. Now let's understand what are the pros and cons for excluding the FSWP candidates. First argument that IRCC will give is that they were able to invite 360,000 people in 11 months. So despite not doing FSWP draws, they were able to focus on CEC and PNP candidates. Still, they were able to meet the immigrant target for this year. So they would argue that even if they do not focus on FSW candidates, they will be able to meet the target for 2022 as well, which is very difficult, I would say. But for this year, they are considering this as a pro, that in difficult situations as well throughout the year, they were able to meet the immigrant target.
Another pro for not inviting FSWP candidates and focusing on CEC given by IRCC was that a CEC candidate will be able to integrate well in the society because they are already in Canada, they know the work culture, so they have an established network. So that ways they will contribute to the economy in a better way and pretty quickly.
Another advantage that was discussed by IRCC is that they were not focusing on the FSWP candidates. So the candidates who were already there in Canada, they got opportunity to get PR, especially in essential worker domain. If all those candidates would have been in the pool along with the FSWP candidates, it would have been very difficult for them to get the PR. So people who had less score, people who had less experience, they also got opportunity to get PR because they were already there in Canada, and FSWP candidates were not getting any ITAs. So all these situations increase their chances to get PR. And there was a labor shortage last year as well. Still there is a labor shortage, but because so many people were converted to PR because of all these situations, Canadian government were able to fulfill some labor shortage pretty quickly. So it was a win-win situation for everyone.
These were the pros discussed by IRCC, but how about the cons? I know a lot of our subscribers are on the other side who are outside Canada and want to know what exactly is the situation right now and whether they'll be receiving an IT in future or not. So let's talk about the cons. First and foremost con is that when IRCC was focusing on inland candidates and they were giving ITA to those people, they might have already started giving ITA to other people who are outside Canada too. Reason? Because normally a person who's outside Canada takes around 1 year from receiving ITA to settling in Canada. So if they would have done all that in 2021, by 2022, those candidates who are outside Canada would have landed here in Canada and have contributed to the economy. But they did not do it. I don't know for what reason, but I think this could have been managed in a better way and they could have thought about those candidates.
Why they did not think about it? Because they were able to meet their immigration target, plus they were able to fulfill the labor shortage as well. First, they focused on the inland candidates, permanent residents, employers, and the Canadian economy. Then they would focus on the candidates who are outside Canada and they are applying for Canadian immigration. So I think that was their priority, but as Manpreet mentioned, this could have been managed in a better way.
Now let's talk about the second con. IRCC and Canadian immigration system takes a lot of pride in its transparent system, but because of this situation in last 1 year where they just focused on inland candidates and did not give any communication to FSWP candidates who are outside the country, that has created a kind of mistrust in the candidates. A better approach would have been that IRCC would have sent some communication to these candidates stating their intentions so that the candidates were well prepared and they knew what is going to happen in future, but that did not happen. And a lot of candidates, even we receive a lot of queries from all of you a lot of times where you ask us about the status, but they did not give any clarity to anybody, so which was kind of a mistrust.
Yeah, in beginning of the pandemic, we all understood that they are not in a situation to inform everyone and talk about their plans of not inviting FSW candidates or future of FSW candidates. But I failed to understand that it took them 1 year to not inform those candidates who are still worried. They are still hanging in between. They don't have any idea what will happen to their file, their IELTS getting expired, their medicals might be getting expired, they are losing points on their age, all these situations. So I hope now after 1 year, in next year, maybe beginning of next year, IRCC would provide some information, what are their plans about FSWP candidates to gain their trust back. Next con. So when the Express Entry program was launched in 2015, the focus was on inviting skilled immigrants, the younger generation, and people who will be able to adapt to the culture very quickly. That is why they introduced this system, which is comprehensive ranking system. But now in past 1 year, what has happened? People who had score of 75 CRS even got permanent residence. So people who are skilled, people who are young, already sitting there as FSWP candidates in the pool, and they are not getting any invitation to apply. So if you think from their perspective, the focus of comprehensive ranking system was to invite skilled immigrants, younger generation. But in past 1 year, IRCC focused on fulfilling their immigration target and fulfilling the labor shortage by inviting candidates with low CRS, as low as 75. Just to give you a comparison, last CRS score for FSW draw was around 470. So just imagine how big is the difference between 470 and 75. So people who are there in the FSWP pool, they are seeking clarification on all these decisions.
Fourth and last con is around the backlog that has been created because of not inviting those outland candidates. So IRCC will really have to focus on those files in 2022 and onwards, because there are a lot of candidates who are waiting for a reply from them and they have not been focusing on them just because they were busy giving invites to people who are still in Canada.
We are not saying that it is bad that they focus on CC and PNP candidates. They invited people having low CRS score. They were fulfilling the immigration target. But now it's the time that they should focus on the FSWP candidates as well. Because the thing they have done for CC and PNP candidates, they will have to do similar kind of big draws, low CRS draws for FSWP candidates as well.
I think that's fair because a lot of people who are waiting in the pool have lost the points just because there were no draws happening. And as you know, like you lose points whenever there's a birthday and like for other reasons. So they should decrease the score maybe in future. So maybe like we hear some good news in 2022.
Yeah, we are not the expert. They are the expert. They have to do something for those candidates who were stuck, who lost their points, so that people who were eligible last year, they should get chance to move to Canada. So as per us, the thing they have missed doing last year, they can do this year, because even if they start sending the ITA to FSWP candidates now, they will take at least 1 year to move to Canada after doing all the medicals, after settling down in their home country. So they can think about it, because still there is a labor shortage in Canada. Still there are so many vacancies which they are not able to fulfill, and highly skilled candidates are sitting in FSWPs which are very much needed to develop Canadian economy. So hopefully in first quarter of next year, you will be seeing some positive news. Again, don't lose hope if you are in the FSWP pool. And if you are thinking of moving to Canada, I think this is the right time, because next year there will be some big news around Express Entry program. And if you want to talk to the registered IRCC consultant, there is a link above and in the video description as well. You can book an appointment and talk to the consultant about the immigration program which is suitable for you. We hope that you liked all this information. Subscribe the channel for Canadian immigration videos. Till next time.
Stick around.